Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how to prep your Crocs so they are ready to get blinged out, because yes, you do have to prep them. That's going to make sure that the rhinestones, charms, or other decor that you might want to add will stick to the Crocs and make it last a long time. To begin, I'm going to be showing you the items that you could use to prep your Crocs. Starting off with a nail drill. Yes, you can use a nail drill if you have one handy. And also a nail file. Yes, I love to use nail files to prep my Crocs, or just a simple piece of sandpaper. These three are my top things to use to prep my Crocs. Now I'm going to show you how to use each one of them, okay? To begin though, I do like to place some napkins on the table because it's going to get messy, guys. So I have that ready to go. I'm going to begin with the nail drill. So guys, I have this packet of sanding bands that I use to file down the Crocs. It does come with a drill bit, as you can see there. Most nail drills are the same, guys. They just have different labels, brands on them. So this one does fit perfectly into my nail drill. I did get this nail drill at my local nail shop. And I'm going to use the pink band. This is a 240 grit. And I feel like this one works the best when it comes to prepping my Crocs because it doesn't make that much mess, but it gets the job done. I know a lot of people like to use the blue one that I had right there, the 80 grit, but I feel like that one makes too much chunky mess. And I feel like the pink one that I'm going to use now, it keeps it more clean, but it also does take that top coat off. That is the whole point in prepping the Crocs, to take off that top layer from the Crocs. Everywhere you're going to bedazzle, you do want to file down, okay? That's very important, every spot. So, as you can see, I'm going in with that pink grit, the 240, and you see how it's removing that top layer. That's what you want. That top finish coat on the Crocs is what protects them from, anything happening to them. So we do want to remove that so that glue and the rhinestones will stick to it. I know it's kind of scary, messing up your Crocs that you probably just spent $50 on, but trust me guys, this is the only way that those rhinestones are going to stick to the Croc. If you don't do this, they're gonna fall off, okay? So look how it looks a little bit matte. I'm taking off that whole top layer. This is how it looks with the pink band. I'm going to show you guys how it looks with the blue one and the purple one also, so you guys can compare. They all work, but like I said, I do prefer this pink one. FYI, I do put it around a 13-14 speed for the drill. So this is a purple one. Don't freak out if you see a little bit of that color residue on the Crocs. We're going to clean them at the end, okay? So you see how I'm filing it down. I feel like with the grit number getting smaller, the filing on the Croc does get a little bit chunkier, and it adds a little bit of volume to the filing, if that makes any sense. And I feel like that bothers me because when I'm applying rhinestones, if they're super small, they kind of get in the way, if hopefully that makes any sense. That's why I'm saying I do prefer the pink ones better. But again, if you do have only that size, it does do the job. So it's up to you. But this is a purple one. Now this is the blue one. This is the 80 grit. And like I said, you can see the chunks of that top layer just coming off. Oh my god, it's just a little bit too messy for me. Again, I prefer the pink one. So I filed down on the strap so you guys can kind of see the difference of all three. This is the 240 in the middle. I did do the 150 right there where I'm pointing. You can kind of see the difference of both of them. I know it's a little bit hard to see because the letters are there. And then in this last part, I used the 80 grits, and you can see how much it removed off the Croc. It's like chunks. And then those little pieces that are just hanging on. So that's what I mean. I like the 240 more. It's more flat, and it does remove that layer that you do need off. And it doesn't remove too much like the 80 grit. You can see the difference. So now I'm going to use the nail file. This is how the shoe looks so far with the nail drill filing. And I'm going to work on the other corner of the Crocs so you guys can see the difference, you know. This file is 100 by 180 grit. Both sides are different. You can use either or. This is just the nail file I have because these are the ones I use for my nails also. So that's what I have handy. I did go get a new file so you guys can see a fresh filing from the nail file. And I'm just going in and filing the whole area where I want to bling. Remember, only file down the areas you do want to bling out. So after filing for a minute or two, you can see right here the difference already. It's removing that top layer. And now I'm going to show you the sandpaper. This is size P220. I love to use this sandpaper also. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece off. I'm not going to use the whole sheet. I do cut by pieces depending on what I'm working on. And then I'm going to fold it up and start filing it down. I'm going to file right in the front so again we can compare and see the difference. I don't always like to use sandpaper because my nails, I don't want to scratch them. So I do tend to use sandpaper more when I don't have nails on. But like I said, these are 3 different choices you can use. The sandpaper, the nail file, and the nail drill. So this is how the crock is looking after filing it down with the sandpaper. You can see it's getting matte. That top coat is coming off. So again, these are the 3 items I like to use to prep my Crocs. I do like how the nail drill works the best. It's easier and faster. You can see me going all over the Croc now with the 240 grit. If you don't have a nail drill, don't bother going out of your way, you know, to go buy one unless you want to buy like a $15 one off Amazon. They have those too. But if you have nail files in your house or sandpaper, that's always a cheaper option usually. But this is how my Croc is coming out now that I'm going in and filing it all the way down. It looks ugly, I know guys, but like I said, it is very important to prep your Crocs before you bling them if you want long-lasting results. So now that I am done filing down the whole Croc, I'm going to dust myself off. I'm going to dust off the shoe, remove all the excess material that just got removed, and I'm going to clean it. So this is how the Croc is looking now. You can clearly see a difference. Like I said, it looks ugly, I know. But look at the comparison of the one that is filed and the one that is not. You can clearly see the difference. This is the one that's already filed and this is the one that's not. That is what you want both of them to look before you bling them out. Now that I am done filing, I'm going to go in with some alcohol and clean them off. I have some alcohol wipes that I use to clean off my projects. And I also have this super old bottle. I know it looks ugly, but I refill it with alcohol that is 100% alcohol. It doesn't matter guys, as long as it's alcohol, you know, that's what you want to use to clean them off. So whatever choice you have percentage wise of alcohol, that's fine. I'm gonna go in with the wipes. These are super small guys, so I do usually use them for smaller projects. I just have a bunch of these, so I'm gonna use them. But you just go over the Crocs, the areas where you filed, and clean it off because there is a lot of dust that you're going to want to remove so you can bling them out. But like I said, I also like to use alcohol from the bottle like this on a napkin. It just gets more coverage at a time, so I would recommend using it like this if you are working on Crocs. You're going to wipe all around the area that you filed down. And we are going to let this completely dry because it is going to be a little bit wet. Let them dry before you start blinging them out. So this is the final result. This is what you want your Crocs to look before you bling them. If you're going to do the strap, also file it down. All the areas you do want to bling, file them down. Again, this is a comparison of the one that is filed and the one that is not. You see the difference, how one looks matte and the other one doesn't. That is what you want. After you're done filing down both shoes, you do want to clean up your area because there's so much dust everywhere. Just clean it up so you can start blinging. But again, this is how they look. Sorry this was a bit of a longer video, but I just wanted to give you guys different ways, you know, depending on what you have at home, to prep your Crocs before you bling them. This is probably the most important part when it comes to blinging your Crocs. But now you know, and now you can bling your Crocs. So have fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little something. Go ahead and give this video a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't. If you already subscribed, thank you guys so much. Turn on all notifications so you can see how I'm gonna bling these out pretty soon. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.